hello. He thought.
Yeah, well, I was just packing up.
He was sitting back. If I'd have pushed the button 2 seconds earlier, he was sitting back, crossed his legs, and I said, "Right, forward, we need to give value for money."
Yeah. Sorry about this.
This is the what happened today, but today being New Year's Eve, throughout the years.
Yeah.
And I've lost my bloody place. Where are we? Here we are. Here we go.
There were normally some fireworks and stuff in the evening most years.
Yeah, yeah.
But not this year.
Not this year, no.
No, they've cancelled Hogmanay.
Yeah, they have indeed. A certain man who was...
So no one's going to go around knocking on the door for a dram?
No, we wouldn't get one from me.
I wouldn't go around for a dram anyway.
A certain...
cake, maybe. Cake,
a certain Mr. McCartney on...
Does he go around knocking on
He probably
doors
does.
nearby?
He's a bit of a tight bastard, isn't he? On December the 31st, 19...
where did the McCartney Music School come from then? Where did that come from?
It's a tax write-off. 1970, December the 31st,
treasure.
Macca filed a suit to dissolve the Beatles, which completely pissed off John Lennon because he privately announced his departure in the year previously, but they kept it under wraps because of the album coming out and everything. And then Macca beat him to the punch, announcing it to the public in an interview with the Daily Mirror that was meant to be to promote his new album Ram. Lennon then got his own back 6 months later by having an interview with Rolling Stone, and the first half of the interview just attacking McCartney and attacking Ram and saying it was granny music,
and then made a funny picture on his album.
Yep. But
both great albums.
Yeah, well, there was a bloke who actually made a video. I watched it a couple of days ago. A young bloke, he's only about
40, 50.
No, he's about 17, 16, 17. Who said that Ram is one of his favourite albums ever, and in his opinion, McCartney's best album. And he was shocked and horrified to when he was researching the video to see that both John Lennon and Ringo Starr had slagged it off. The only one who kept his mouth shut about it was George.
Yeah.
He thinks it's
the fifth Beatle.
He thinks it's diverse and all that business. I never actually listened to it, apart from well, might have heard one or two tracks of it.
Track's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
You've heard that sound a few times.
Oh dear.
Yeah, nice kid stuff. Sorry, shouldn't bring your love life into this. December the 31st, 1996. Shit, sorry. I'm looking at you now.
There's a fireworks show that night.
Yeah, he's seeing a sheep. Sorry. McCartney was made a Sir. And
they had a fireworks display.
Bet you they did. But when he was made a Sir, the Queen...
But it was bring your own fireworks party he organised.
She knighted him, and then when he stood up, she went... You couldn't see me do that, could you? I did the McCartney thumbs up.
Did the Queen do that?
Yeah. And Macca did it back. And there was a time in the early part of this...
When the Queen used to do that, when she stopped doing that, she started doing
in the early part of this decade.
She once walked past me. She's about 2 foot from me, the Queen.
Did you touch her robe, her dress?
No. But I was obviously
bowing,
curtsying.
Yeah. Okay.
At Kew.
Oh right.
She's walking in the house there, and we were all. My mum dragged me there, and.
Oh right. I thought you meant when you worked at Kew. So I can't used to see you being a royalist then.
No. I wasn't really a royalist then, but it's...
This day in 2000, at the end of the century...
Fireworks display.
Yeah, fireworks
Big fireworks display then.
A radio station, it doesn't say...
that would have been 1999 for the big fireworks.
You shut the fuck up about fireworks.
Well, I'm just telling you what's happened on those days. I can... remember.
There's a bloody fireworks display. There'll be a fireworks display tonight. You hear them now out the window. You should.
Now there's a big winds coming. We're not allowed to.
The people in the golf course, private ones.
It's private. That's all right then.
I bet you there's fireworks at back in my flat. No one ever stops them. They did a UK radio station conducted a poll of 7,000 listeners. That's not many. 7,000 listeners to decide what the greatest song of the century was. Anyway, what do you think, Wyatt?
What of the 20th century?
Yeah, but the three pop songs won it, and none of the three, but what I thought was going to be one of them, if you get what I mean.
Well, it's obvious what the first one was.
What?
Buffalo Stance.
Yeah.
Nina Cherry.
Yeah. Imagine.
Oh.
And it was followed by Hey Jude, and then followed by Let It Be, and followed by Bohemian Rhapsody. I thought Bohemian Rhapsody would have nudged in between the Beatles, but it didn't.
Yeah.
They kept it off.
Oh, right.
Right, what else have we got here? Oh, Rick Parfitt.
Wouldn't have picked any of them.
No. Rick Parfitt and Francis Rossi were both appointed OBEs today in 2009.
Oh.
But not for...
the same day that Macca was knighted.
Oh no, he wasn't knighted, didn't I say he was knighted?
The same day though.
Same day.
Same day.
Different year.
Oh, all right, just checking.
But they didn't get it for the services to music.
I bet they weren't there receiving it on the 31st. It's just announced.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just announced.
But they didn't get it for music.
So it's rubbish. It's rubbish about on the 31st of whatever year it was.
No.
Macca doing that.
No.
Because it was just announced. Get your facts right.
Oh dear.
They get it weeks later, months later. They have the award ceremony. No one gets knighted on the 31st.
I've got to work with this for another year.
Well, you get your facts wrong. Amor, Villar, you know.
Look, next year.
He got knighted on.
Next year, when we're doing our solo shows,
yeah.
Marcus's music, and Harry's bits. Who do you think's going to be in the comments straight away when you're doing your things? You're wrong. You're a wanker. Get your haircut. Right. Today, also, in 2006, George.
Good firework display that night.
Yeah. George Michael did an hour's concert for a Russian billionaire at his New Year's party.
Fireworks after.
Yeah, and there must have been fireworks. He was paid 1.5 million for an hour's work and gave 90% of it to charity.
We got 25p each for 5 minutes work.
Yeah.
Does that work out anywhere near the same?
Not quite, no. But
right.
George played that gig 3 days.
Bass player. I was in the
Yeah. 3 days after he'd done the free concert for nurses in London and decided that he just didn't need the money and it was such an extortionate amount, he kept like 5% of it, whatever, and gave 95% to charity, which is very nice. Doesn't say which charity it is, but it's very nice of him. He was a very kind man.
Yeah.
Ray Sawyer.
Yeah, Dr. Hook.
Yep. Died aged 81 today in 2018.
Oh, blimey. Dennis is still going, isn't he?
Yeah. It lists him here as being the singer on the cover of a Rolling Stone a little bit more and When You're in Love with a Beautiful Woman, but he wasn't. And Sylvia's mother, it was the other bloke saying Chev. Wasn't it Chev or Dennis or whatever his name was?
No. Chev just wrote him. He was a songwriter, weren't he?
But on the video, it's not Dennis. It's not.
No, it's Ray Sawyer singing
Is it?
on
Right.
the cover of Rolling Stones. It's not Dennis.
What about to Sylvia's mother?
I don't know. It's not quite the dulcet tones of a little bit more and stuff like that.
I did.
Like who's the group? A11 or something? Did they?
A1.
A1. Did they do a little bit more?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good version.
Yeah, you probably did like that.
I've got it.
Today, on 3 different years, 3 very famous bands all made their debut live performances. In 1963, the Kinks made their live debut at the Lotus House restaurant in London. In 1961, the Beach Boys.
Chinese, they do that.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
The Beach Boys made their live debut at the Long Beach Civic Auditorium, but that's a bit of a con because it was their live debut with their now famous name. They'd appeared under another name before.
Yeah.
And in 1973,
the Beach Kids.
Now who do you think this was? 1973, they made their live debut at the Checkers Bar in Sydney, Australia.
73, ACDC?
Yep, yeah. Oh, but obviously with that bomb.
Yeah, not Checkers in Hounslow.
No.
Isleworth.
No, that's Bowie.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that his debut?
No, it's just part of the Ziggy tour.
Yeah, okay, just checking.
Well, I won't go into the.
the biggest expert on.
I am.
No,
Right.
Right. Right. Okay.
Rant.
Rant. Oh.
Taylor, I'm coming for you again.
What's Taylor Swift done now?
Today, on the 31st of December 2023, Taylor Swift surpassed Elvis Presley.
Sorry, I thought you were having a go at Roger Taylor.
No.
When you said you're having a go at Taylor,
No.
I thought you were having a go at Roger Taylor,
No,
who's on TV tonight. Yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah, he's on TV tonight.
Yeah. I will after he's appeared. But this is Taylor Swift. It was announced that she'd surpassed Elvis Presley for the most number of weeks of any solo musician in music history. To date, Swift has logged 68 weeks at number one at the album charts in America. That tops Elvis's previous record of 67 weeks. And Swift sits now only behind the Beatles, who spent 132 weeks at number one throughout their career.
I know you're having a rant, but that is actually a proper record. It's like what we had when you say a certain Robbie Williams has had more successful than Elvis because he's had more numbered one albums, but Elvis's albums were number one for weeks and weeks, and Robbie's albums were 1 week. 1 week at a time. I know it's still with the streaming and everything, but
I just think that if Taylor Swift,
that has actually beaten an actual.
But if Taylor Swift lived in the same world as Elvis, then and people had to go out and could only get her music by buying it, then I don't think she'd have surpassed his record. I just think.
How do you know?
Because
you don't know.
Because the records that are broken
She's
every
very
week.
Successful, and everyone.
Every single week there's a record broken these days.
No, but that is one which is a point acceptable.
Okay, I'll throw it open to the floor.
Okay.
Whether you're a Taylor fan or not.
Boxes of records and a cat. Is there a cat down there somewhere?
He's pissed off.
Right. Surprised the rubbish you're coming out with.
No, but Taylor.
Oh, dear, rant about everything.
Taylor.
Why don't you?
I will. Don't worry. I'll carry on in 2025. Taylor. I do like her music, and I do think she's very talented, and she's very charitable, and I think she's a great artist. But I don't think that you could. I just think they should draw a line: pro-streaming and pre-streaming.
Wildest Dream.
What?
Is that a song by? That's
No
very,
idea.
very good.
I have no idea.
I heard that the other day.
All right, but I just think that
it's not called that now. I've said that.
I just think that they should just do post and pre.
I'll just play it on air.
Oh, that might get copyright struck immediately.
Within 2 seconds.
Anyway,
bloody AI.
We'll leave it at that. But I do think that Elvis should hold the record pre-downloads, and she should hold the record post-downloads, because she is definitely the most successful music artist. No one can see you back there. You're about that big, like a little thumb.
Well, I'm getting fed up with all this nonsense you come out with, all this ranting over nothing.
She
holds the record. She beat Elvis's record. Just accept it fair and square.
I will when you accept that Robbie Williams is better than Elvis.
What? No, that doesn't stand up, and I explained why.
I know you did, and it was a good argument, but I'm still laying down the gauntlet.
Well, it's never going to happen then, is it?
No. Natalie Cole died today in 2015.
About your friend?
No. Age 65, due to heart failure. She wasn't very old.
This will be?
Yeah. What else happened today? The Manic Street Peaches.
Peaches.
The Manic Street Peaches are a great band.
Yeah.
And they performed to 57,000 leek munchers in the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff, making a new Guinness Book of Records. I've got to end the year as
you had another one. You had
onion munchers. When I was talking about
the French, weren't it? Yeah.
And the Italians, when we were talking about, I think I called them pasta. I can't remember now, but I'll have to look it up. Anyway, this is the big
difficult it is working with this guy.
Yeah, especially when he's so PC. He's got awards for it, and I'm not joking there. and she's down in the Guinness Book of Records as the band are down as a new record for the biggest indoor show ever in Europe. But they fought against the promoter, which is the reason that's in here, and they pegged the tickets £30. Apparently other gigs at the time were charging 60, 70, 80 quid for a big mainstream act.
Yeah.
Which is what they should
What
do
band
now.
was that then?
Mannix.
Oh, right. Jolly good.
Very good.
Thumbs up. Macca thumbs up from me.
Yeah. Bowie performed an acoustic version of Space Odyssey on Kenny Everett's show today in '79, and it proved so popular it was released as a single.
79.
Yeah, 80. It was the same show that they did.
It got #1 in '75.
Yeah, but that's the original version, like the guitar. Yeah. This is the last one where he's singing it, and he sings ground control to me. And in the middle bit where they normally go and 5/4. Yeah. There's nothing. It's just empty silence.
Didn't he even have his
nothing? No stylophone on the video.
No stylophone, no.
On the video, he just walks across and sits on a chair and sits there, and then suddenly a drum comes in and he does. This is ground control to me. But it's it's good. It's on the other side of
#1.
Yeah, well, no, it didn't. Sorry, it got in the top 10. It got. It had a poster sleeve. You probably got it because you could. And the other side was the Alabama song.
No, I don't have that. Thanks for tipping me off with it as a poster sleeve.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
I'll show you some. I'll bring it over. I've got it.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Rub it in, mate.
I've got a one thing you haven't got. You'll probably get it by tomorrow. Yeah. No, I've seen that.
It will be being checked on. On Discogs.
Bob Dylan made his first ever appearance
or eBay like this.
Yeah.
Came from beautiful, perfect condition until you got your hands on it.
Shut up! I haven't touched it.
Show me record. Oh, sorry.
Dylan played the King and Queen pub in London. He'd arrived in the UK on the 17th of December to be in a drama called The Madhouse on Castle Street, and while he was here he thought he'd do a quick pub gig, and that's his first ever gig on British soil.
Right, that's when he stayed at the Savoy.
Is it? 62.
Oh no, that's the one where he films the things with all the cars.
No, that's the Savoy. Yeah. That is it for.
I used to work just around the corner from there.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. In fact, if you'd have worked there 400 years ago, they'd probably shot your head off because you're a socialist and you're not a royalist.
Did they have socialists back then, 400 years ago?
No, roundheads and Puritans and that.
Yeah.
But
you've been a Puritan.
Yeah, I'd have been a Puritan.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
Been
I'd have been a dandy. I'd have been a fop. With my hand on my hip and my little sword going, "Have at thee, sir." And I'd be running.
You'd be, I'm hiding in the tree.
In 2025,
is it clear yet?
I promise that there will be revelations. But for the moment, I will keep my peace.
Leave me alone. Go away.
Oh,
what?
Now that's me going bar.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Yeah.
When I saw the young man, Dominic.
Yeah.
He said that he was told a story that we went camping in Guildford when we were teens.
Yeah.
And we poked holes in the side of the tent to watch someone having sex.
I think our drummer did that.
Oh, I said it didn't happen. Oh, did he?
Yeah, they were right down the side of another tent.
Dominic, if you watch this, I apologise from the bottom of my heart. Yeah. I honestly didn't know Pete did that.
It's about 11 o'clock in the morning. We're still in all of us in our tent with the Triumph Herald, or is it Pete's car?
No, Herald.
Yeah, and there's a group of youngsters, our age.
Yeah.
And a couple of them have snuck off by the side of our tent. And I think Clark got out in the morning and went, whoops. Yeah, he put a pen through
Whose tent was it?
His, I think.
Oh, right.
His, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that on that same trip. I'm not going to mention any names because obviously I don't want to.
Remember, it's by the Thames we stayed. And
Yeah.
the fog.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And there was a derelict monastery that had been dissolved by Henry VIII. So this setting was really quite spooky.
Lovely, friendly pub.
Yeah.
We walked in. We didn't even get a drink, did we?
No. It was like American Werewolf in London.
Where are you from?
Yeah. But I do apologise, Dominic. I didn't realise that actually happened.
You looked like you were bitten like a werewolf, actually.
Yeah. But on that same trip.
Yeah, on that same trip.
Our bass player, if you picture the scene, pulled into a garage, and another member of the party, not me, and not the drummer, so it doesn't leave many people left, said, I'll put the petrol in. I'm not sure if he'd not done it before in that car or not done it before because he didn't drive at the time. But suddenly we noticed everyone in the garage diving for cover and the bloke behind the till screaming and pointing, and we looked down and our esteemed friend here is standing putting petrol in the car with a fag hanging out his mouth, puffing away.
It's what I do.
A man that lives for danger.
That's what I do. I'm not scared of anything.
You put it out quick enough.
I've never hid under a table.
You put the fag out quick enough when he shouted. What was I going to say? I was going to set the scene with something else then, but I forgot what it was.
Put your cigarette out, please.
It is now nearly 2025 when I will actually reveal some artifacts about Marcus from the early 1980s. But until then,
I can assure you, Harry did not say that at another garage.
No. I said it when we got back. What was I going to say?
Remember when we were coming home for a party and some put a knife up against your throat?
Oh yeah.
You didn't think that was going to happen, and you you had to beg us to come.
Yeah.
You just wondered why you lot had run off. We must have stolen his drugs.
There was a party and a squat in Kew. We went there on the Friday night to the party, and we were walking home past the same house on the next night on the Saturday after being to the late night pictures, and there was no like all night buses in those days, so we had to walk home. And we heard a load of smashing bottles, and the other three shut off. And I said, "What's the point in fucking running? We haven't done anything." And next thing I knew, someone grabbed me by the collar, slammed me through a fence nearly, and then put a knife to my throat and said his drugs had been nicked. We were at the party last night, and we must have done it because they'd run off. You came back, Pete came back, but Dean was in Putney by that time, and it took a lot of talking to get him to keep relaxing and then putting it back to relaxing, and then we finally convinced him that we hadn't nicked them. And
what about Ren?
I don't know if Ren was there. Maybe Ren must have come back. Yeah, but I know Dean didn't come back because Clark was saying, because Clark was joking that he'll be on his bike going to get help, sort of thing. But I think in the end I convinced him because Wayne, who I knew from school, one of the few people I got on with at school, he lived in the squat, and that's how I found out about the party. And when I said I knew Wayne and went to school with him, he got a bit more friendly, but he was not happy about it.
That's all right then, mate.
I just gut you instead of slitting your throat. But it was a fun night.
Pretty frightening.
To be honest, I was shitting myself.
So quick.
I think I was shitting myself for about 5-10 seconds because I could feel this knife against my throat, and you lot weren't there, and you'd all fucked off, and I thought if they don't come back, he's never going to believe me. But when you came back, he got a bit more talkative, and it was all right. But then I sort of relaxed a little bit. I was still worried until he put the knife down. I was worried, but it could have changed history.
Yeah. See, if he'd done it now, you could have given him Cocodamol or whatever, or paracetamol. Have your fill with paracetamol.
Give you a bit of Tramadol. Yeah.
Be laughing.
Anyway.
Yeah.
'Tis the season to be jolly, and it's nearly over, that season.
Yeah.
So we can be miserable again tomorrow. It is nearly... It's 2 hours to go till the... as of filming this, not as of posting it. When the clock goes bong, bong. No, what if I post
1
it?
1 hour 58?
What if I post it before 10 though? What if I do it in the afternoon to save time?
The amount of time you take, it's not going to be up to 12:30 for this morning, is it?
Anyway, twill soon be New Year's Day. Yeah. May you all have a really great 2025. and we've done it again. We've hit the 25 minutes. Take care.
Oh, dear.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.